Welcome, everybody, to the Mullins Over Music podcast. I'm your host, as always, Austin. Episode 23. This is a fun one with Land of Valen. They're a great band from Florida, and they have a new song, Don't Forget Your Gun, coming out on the 30th of May. So be sure to check that out. Enjoy our conversation about music, gear, getting signed, and all that jazz.
Looking at all the pictures.
Welcome, everybody, to the Mullins Over Music podcast. I know, clever name. Uh, I am here with Land of Valen. I'll let them introduce themselves to you and give everybody one fun fact about yourself. You went to school. You had to prepare for this your entire life. They would say,
Right.
All
"Give me
right.
a fun fact." So we got to hear it.
I'm Valen. I'm 19. I do music and fun stuff, and I can solve a Rubik's cube in 30 seconds.
That is
All
a
right.
fun fact.
I'm Colin. I'm about to be 19 next month. I play music and do fun things as well, and I cannot solve a Rubik's Cube in 30 seconds.
That is a also a fun fact.
a lame
Not so
fact.
fun
Fucking stupid fact.
Not so fun fact.
I also cannot solve a Rubik's Cube in like 30 minutes. So,
Yeah.
so I think we're good on the Rubik's Cube. We'll leave that to Valen.
Yes.
Okay, so we got to get into the first question. Now, is the S or the C silent in scent?
Wait.
The
It's
this
I threw you in for a loop, didn't I?
The C, according to the English human language, I don't know.
the S.
Okay, we got some
S.
division. Think you guys are gonna have to
It's the S.
speak it
Because think
out
about a
for it.
penny that's sent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when S and C are put together, the C is silent.
Why?
You wouldn't.
You make it that up?
No, that's the English language.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I believe the real way to say it is skint.
I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna start using
Skint?
that. You like my skint today?
It sounds kind of like a slur.
It does, doesn't it? Maybe we should not use that then.
I don't know.
Oh man, that's gonna be stuck in my head all day today now.
I'm gonna take that to my grave.
Skint.
Oh yeah.
What kind of skint do you want at your funeral?
Excuse me?
Okay. So let's see here. We got to talk about the origin story. This is the beginning. You got to talk about um last week I did a podcast and fun fact about the guitar player, he remembers being in the womb. So they go back as far as
That
you
line,
can.
fuck. That line, fuck. He
Yeah.
does not. That's
Fun
crazy.
fact.
Fun fact, I remember being conceived.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got to go back to the beginning. Where'd you find your love of music? How do we get to where we are now?
So my dad was always really into music. He was always in like the garage bands and stuff. He owned a recording studio. It started out of our house. So like we'd wake up on Sunday mornings to like big parties in our recording studio in my living room. So I kind of just grew up around it. I picked up my first instrument when I was 3. I played ukulele. I picked up piano at 4, guitar at like 5 or 6. Yeah, so I really haven't known anything different.
Okay.
Dude, I've got a way different, like,
But let's hear it.
my I mean, obviously everyone kind of loves music to a certain degree. So my parents love music and whatever they were brought up with, but none of my family was brought up in music at all. So it's kind of interesting to see, like, around age 12 I just picked up a Stratocaster that my brother had lying around and started playing guitar. But other than that, like, no one brought me up in it or anything like that. It was just kind of off to the races since then. So it's definitely interesting because no one in my family really gets it. Like, they it's cool and whatnot, but they can't really relate to anything. But it's still fun.
Okay. Well, how did this whole thing get started here? How'd you guys meet? How did we get started to making music?
My dad, his recording studio ended up, taking a like physical location. It was called the Sound Cafe. We would have like weekly open mic nights, and I started playing at the open mics when I was like 12-ish. Um, we went to school together. He started coming to the open mics.
Yeah.
We were in a couple bands together, just jam. And he's the best guitarist I know. So I was like, hey man, you wanna come with me on my tours and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was kind of fun, just like randomly popping out to the open mics, and
Yeah, I know.
anyone that was like somewhat of a musician.
We live in a very downtown area, so like
yeah.
literally the entire town would come down on these Wednesday nights. I know everyone within like a 30-mile radius.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was really, really fun. It has since closed down, but it was an
Yeah.
amazing start for everyone in the area.
That's great. Okay. Well, let's get into these two songs here. We got to talk about how they were written. How'd you record them?
Ooh.
And what's the inspiration behind these tracks?
Oh,
I
okay.
want to know.
So Sarah's song is um vaguely about a group of friends that,
Vaguely.
vaguely about a group of friends that um I like they just like to get into bad mishaps. They just like to get themselves into trouble and just be stupid teenagers. And it's kind of about the feeling of like, man, these like I have friends now finally, but at what cost, you know?
Yeah.
Um and yeah, it's just kind of about the interpersonal conflict, uh having friends that make bad decisions, kind of peer pressure. But the name, it's called Sarah's Song because I like specifically had a friend um, that kind of went through like an addiction, and it was really hard to watch her, I guess, struggle through that. Um, but she's good now.
Good.
Yeah, and then I'll Die Too. What is I'll Die Too about?
Let me think.
Oh, it's about I forgot what that song like sounded like for a minute. Um, it's about kind of like obsessive love. Like I've grown up um with some mental health issues, and part of that is not knowing like there's not a middle ground between like hate and obsession. Um, so I feel like everyone's gone through it at some point, whether it's their first love or someone that they can't get. It's just like this obsession over someone and not knowing when to stop. Um, you'll kiss me when you're dead, like kind of like, oh, that just means you'll kiss me, like not knowing your self-worth, I guess, when chasing a person.
Okay. Okay. Well, what was the process like taking those songs and going from the Oh, you can I forgot they had reactions and all I saw was a circle that going around a hand emoji and I was like,
Oh, okay.
we can do this and
Oh,
if we
wait.
hold it up for long enough, there you go.
Oh, they do that on like Snapchat or something too, or on FaceTime. That's what it is. Um, no, Sarah's song was the first song that I recorded. Um, I got contacted by this label, and they were like, "Hey, we want to fly you up to New York to come meet us, and we'll set you up with some recording sessions." And I was like, "This is crazy! I just turned 18." And they flew me up there, and that was the very first recording session I ever attended, and it was the most nerve-wracking thing ever. I was horrified. Um, but I'm really glad it turned out the way it did, and I'm glad that it was my first release, um, because that I wrote that song I think when I was 16, so it was a good kind of like start, I guess, or a symbol of my beginning to recording and releasing, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
All Die Too we did out in Los Angeles around October. Yeah, I think October, November. Um, that one was just fun. I love my producer. He's great. He just worked with Sublime. His name's John. Um, Yeah, not much of a story behind that one. It was really cool.
Okay.
John's awesome.
Well, what was it like taking those two songs and doing the acoustic versions? Because I know everybody wanted them, and you released
Yeah, I
them.
was.
We got to hear
That's
about it.
how the acoustic is. I didn't start off with a whole band, so that's
Yeah.
how all my music was written to sound like. So it was really nice being able to share that side of my music because I'd like to think I have a very that like wide genre, yeah, versatile genre. Um, so yeah, it was nice to be able to share that and to know that people wanted to hear that side of it was really cool.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed it. Um,
You.
I only listened to it about 6 or 7 times yesterday.
Yeah, it's more than I have in total.
Yeah.
I gotta do my music homework. I call it my music homework. Whenever I have somebody on the
Yeah, that's
podcast,
fair.
I listen
That
to every single song that they could have possibly put out.
To be
And
honest, I recorded it and I was so sick of playing the song so much that I didn't even listen back to the recording before I sent it in. So what I heard on Spotify was the first time I really heard it in total.
Yeah, like fully.
Um, so I'm glad you like it.
oh yeah. Well, our next question is um you've got a lot of followers and you got a lot of monthly viewers. Monthly listeners. Man,
YouTuber.
it's the morning already.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about your rising success as the people would call it.
Uh I don't know. It's still kind of like hasn't really set in for me. Um I started on TikTok and really, I started locally. I would just perform at these little open mics. And I finally got the balls to start recording and posting them online. And I posted for about 6 months before I had a video kind of blow up. Um, it got I think like 1 million views and like 200,000 likes or something like that. And I went from like 200 followers to 5,000 overnight. And um, a couple days after that video, I got an email from um, an A&R from Sony Music, and they said, "Hey, I saw your uh, your account. I just got on your live stream. I love your originals. Would love to chat." And I looked at that message. I was like, "This motherfucker thinks I'm stupid. He's trying to like scam me." So I like kind of brushed it off, and I was like, "Wait, this is kind of for real." um, I replied to it within like 3 days. Called them over the phone. They said, "Yep, we want to fly you up to New York." So I took my mom and my best friend, and yeah, that was kind of it. It was over the span of like 1 month
Yeah.
that my life had totally changed.
That live stream definitely.
Yeah,
How did a live stream like go crazy?
I had a live stream get like 35,000 viewers or something, and it just happened to be an A&R from Sony that also joined in. Yeah, and then that was kind of the start. They started flying me out to New York and Los Angeles to go record. I signed a deal with them. I had another video go like super viral, get like 10 million views and almost 2 million likes, um, which like shot me up crazy. And I'm still growing. I don't get the appeal, but people are listening. So
Uh, that's usually how it is.
yeah.
Just, you're like, I don't see why you guys like me.
Yeah, I don't get it, but like, please keep
Yeah,
doing it.
if you guys like what you like, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever you think is cool. I don't know.
So I want to talk about inspirations. What are some of the artists? I know you got a playlist for that on Spotify, but let's
Yeah.
break it down. Let's talk about some of the influences for both of you guys to kind of
Mhm.
see where we get these interesting and melodic musical pieces.
You start on this one first because I got to think about it. Kind of.
Well, mine varies pretty widely. Like growing up, I listened to a lot of like rock and roll my parents listened to, so it would just be simple stuff like AC/DC or Van Halen, something like that. And then more recently, going into songwriting, whatnot, I've kind of got some new inspirations like Mac DeMarco, people like that that just kind of have an easier sound that you can relate with more. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Great choices.
I think mine kind of, I don't know. I grew up on a lot of different
Yeah.
stuff. Growing up in Florida, my family's very into like the reggae rock, 311, Revolution, Incubus, Dirty Head, Slightly Stupid. So I really started off of like reggae. Um, my dad got me into like pop punk, punk rock when I was like 8 or 9. Introduced me to My Chemical Romance, and then I was like be all end all. Um, I take a lot of inspiration from alto female alto vocalists like Amy Winehouse and Ella Fitzgerald, just because like I it's not often that you see like famous female vocalists with such a low range. You're mainly a mezzo soprano or a soprano, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande. Um, so I took a lot of inspiration from them because it was just kind of like motivation for me to keep singing, keep writing. And I think as writing inspiration goes, I really like, I don't know, obviously like Phoebe Bridgers, Leith Ross, Lizzie McAlpine, just very poetic writing.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can,
kind of a little bit everything.
yeah, you can definitely hear that in your music. You can hear you can definitely hear some Phoebe Bridgers in there.
Yeah, I take that. I've recorded with Lizzie McAlpine's producer, and I think that's what was like. All right, I'm gonna stick with this. This is awesome.
Of course. So, what is your favorite song you've written so far?
I don't know if I can tell you because it hasn't been released yet, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should say like the initials or something. Don't know.
it's the next
like,
song that I'm about to release an EP.
Okay.
And I'm
so fun.
I'm about to start promoting my favorite song. Um, it's really fun. It's just a dance song. It doesn't make any sense, but it's really cool, and I'm really excited to share
I love it. Okay. The
it.
least favorite song you've written.
Least favorite.
Least favorite, probably the song I wrote for like my seventh grade girlfriend. I don't even remember how to play it. I don't. That's how much I don't like it.
There's always a least. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta have a favorite and a least favorite.
Yeah.
Usually reminds you of like a time that you just don't.
Yeah, that's why I really. Yeah.
I was
Exactly.
listening to the Garza podcast a couple weeks ago. It's with the guitar player for Suicide Silence, and he had Rob Flynn from Machine Head, and he's like, you know,
Oh,
I really hate this entire album. Oh
yeah.
my,
Yeah.
okay. He's
I've
like, oh,
definitely been in the studio and recorded a couple songs and been like, wow, this is steaming dog
Yeah.
shit.
It's hard, yeah, with creative like
Yeah,
control.
because especially when you're having someone else produce for you, they have their own style.
Yeah.
You don't know whether they're going to be able to match your vision.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I've recorded with some like artists that are definitely more rap EDM leaning, and it's like fucking flooded with 808s and like synths. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
You slowly realize you're like, oh, this is not the
this is
person.
not, no, yeah,
not the vibe.
not at
Yeah,
all.
okay. Well, now we got to ask about guilty pleasures of music. What is your guilty pleasure? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean a song you're embarrassed or artist you're embarrassed to listen to. It's just something nobody would expect you to listen to.
Oh,
You
my.
got a few.
All right, piss off. Um, when I met with my label for the first time, like in person, they were asking about my musical influences or like the styles that I'm listening to, and I mentioned that I'm like really big into EDM. I love going to raves. I love dubstep, breakcore, hardstep. And he was like, "Really?" He was like blown away by the fact. So I guess that can be considered a guilty pleasure.
Okay.
I love EDM music.
Okay.
I don't like know 100%. I guess the fact that I try to listen to like all genres. So like I'll be bumping a Sabrina Carpenter song in the car,
What's
and
up?
like no
That's what's
guilt, you know
up.
what I mean? Because like the synths sound good or something like that. I'm like, all right, this I can get behind this.
Yeah, I'm working there.
Yeah.
I bet Espresso
So
is your favorite song, isn't it?
nah, it's please, 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 please.
Yeah.
It's that Moog synthesizer. I love it.
I do know that.
Dude, the Moogs.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Something about it.
I didn't realize till recently. Actually, I'm maybe going too far here, but you listen to it with headphones, you can hear the guitar layered in.
All right.
Yeah.
Killing your
Dude,
reputation before it
I gotta
starts.
say, Juno is my favorite song off that record.
Nice.
I do like that one a lot.
I like the vocal layers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do so many.
Yeah. Dude, I'm sure their uh Ableton file or their Audio Pro or their Pro Tools or whatever they use, like
5 TB.
Yeah,
long.
stacked
Yeah.
to the brim, backing it in. That's
I
funny.
mean, you got some bands that have one for each individual, like almost individual note.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
You're like
I've
sitting
definitely
there,
done that when recording, and my laptops don't even, it will blow up. So I can't imagine.
you got a MacBook, don't you?
Yes, MacBook.
That's what I'm recording on.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
I love my little MacBook. He's my work machine.
I broke mine on the tour out to California.
Ugh.
I was trying to play Minecraft and I dropped it and the screen was obliterated and I was like devastated and I walked right down the street literally 30 minutes later and went to the pawn shop and got a brand new laptop. I need my MacBook.
Yeah, that was so fun.
You
We
broke
came from the
it
pawn shop
playing.
and then went back to the pawn
Yeah,
shop.
we went twice.
Yeah.
You broke it playing Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm a
It was like
yeah.
it was like set up on the side of the couch, right?
Yeah, and I
got
knocked it over, and Colin was like, "Oh no, it'd be fine." I looked at it, and the screen was like every color you could
Nah,
possibly imagine.
that was the last fall out of it. Yeah.
I was already having a bad day. It was awful.
Hey,
But
the
it was like
things
a
we do for
2013
Minecraft.
MacBook. Say again?
I said the things we do for Minecraft.
I'm saying, dude. Oh, you have no idea.
Speaking of Minecraft, did you see the movie?
I didn't know. I had half people saying this hot dog shit, and
It's like
everybody else saying it was
it's
amazing.
supposed to be really bad, but like you watch it and it's still like funny to watch.
Yeah. I watched the Miku movie instead.
Chicken
Okay.
jockey.
How was that?
Amazing. So good.
Hmm.
So good. I'm not even an anime person, but that movie was so good. I cried
It looks
twice.
very interesting. I'm willing to take a shot on it and watch it.
So good. And as like an avid like Vocaloid fan since like the 6th grade, that movie completed my whole life.
Okay. Well, I recommend the Minecraft movie. Here's my short little review. It's
Okay.
don't turn on your brain for it. Just go in and vibe
Take an edible
and
before
watch
you
it.
finish.
And if kids start throwing popcorn, throw down. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, all right.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I gotta go see that.
I went into the movie theater and I was like, I swear if these kids throw popcorn everywhere,
Yeah, 'cause you
I'm out
saw
for
the video. Yeah.
That's what people setting up fucking fireworks.
That's all the
in the
chicken,
movie.
hold the chicken up. They brought a real live chicken.
Oh my god.
That was pretty nuts.
dude. I don't know what it is about certain films that make people, children, adults go absolutely nuts for no
Well,
reason.
there were some other ones like the Despicable Me movie.
Yes.
Everybody went crazy over Oppenheimer.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I feel like they didn't trash the theater to the fullest extent. Like,
Yeah, no, I've never seen people do it like with the
Nuts.
Minecraft movie. That's crazy.
Dude, I don't know what I'd do if I saw people trash in the theater like I see on those videos and shorts and TikTok.
Yeah, I would just like, I would probably have like overstimulation freak out.
Yeah, I feel like I feel gross. Or
Yeah.
I mean, the worst experience I've ever had at a movie theater was just a kid crying during the
Yeah, I couldn't
Conjuring.
imagine having fireworks blowing off in my face. I
No,
already had that happen once. Don't need that to happen again.
no,
Oh, that was bad.
That was so funny.
that's gotta be awful. Okay, so next question. What are your top two things besides music? What is it you like to do? What is your top two interests?
A few.
Dude, I feel like
What
all of
what's
mine
what's an
revolve around music
odd
though.
game? How
Mm,
about that?
I draw. I was a tattoo artist
paint,
for a
yeah.
while,
That's
and
cool.
I paint. I used to sell my art in galleries.
Okay.
I'm thinking about selling them as merchandise as well.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, very fun. I just got him into painting. He's a natural.
Yeah, right.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I think tattooing and painting.
Okay. Every time you do this, the screen pops up with the.
I keep seeing it.
Dude,
Oops.
I
that's
said
so
it like
funny.
3 times, and I'm like, hold on a second, what's going on?
I don't even know that it wouldn't do it when I just did that. So.
Yeah, no, you have to be subtle about it.
Oh yeah,
And that one,
nonchalant.
there you go. No, it's not gonna work for me.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Hold
you
on.
can also do this, and it'll show
What?
up
How
in
do
the
you?
top right corner.
I've only ever seen it when it's like not prompted.
Yeah, me too.
I
I was, I was
keep
doing an
thinking the ducks are
episode.
part of
That's cute.
What are
We
your?
have chickens.
What?
Oh, okay, my mom has chickens. She's named each and every one of them.
Yeah. We have a rooster named Rizzo.
Okay.
Um, I've had to punt him a couple times because he's
All right.
All right. My mom has one of those chickens with like the bald necks and the really crazy hair.
yep.
It's Sheila and Damien.
Okay. I dig it.
Random names.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, our next question. We have to talk about gear because
Oh,
I have this thing called Gear Talk, Great Talk, because let's be honest, everybody loves their gear.
Uh-huh.
You can't lie
all
to me and say
the
you don't.
Oh yeah. Here, you start off because you know more about gear than I do.
Well, my setup is like very. Once I get a tone dialed in, I've had it this way for a couple years.
Yeah.
So like I use a tube amp. Those I don't know if you're familiar with guitar gear, but
Yeah.
I was gifted a an EVH head with the 6L6s in it.
Okay.
Um, but I always found that like there's three channels that two of them were way too distorted. So I used the clean channel, and this is like really whack engineering. I use the clean channel, and it basically mimics an old Plexi or Bassman. So I just turn
Yeah.
it all the way up, and then use an attenuator to turn it back down, and it gets the perfect like breakthrough in my opinion for distortion. It's not too much, not too little, and then I use like an EQ pedal to boost the mids, and then a delay for space and a chorus sometimes because it sounds good,
Yeah. Okay.
but it's loud.
Oh.
That's all.
Oh yeah.
I don't use anything too fancy. I have a Mustang LT50. It's got a bunch of different presets on it, so I really don't need like any pedals. I can get a good tone, really on anything. However, I just got my first like nice pedal,
Yeah.
from Chase Bliss. They sent me one to kind of review. Shout out Chase Bliss. They have fucking incredible pedals. But they sent me this blooper pedal. It's a bottomless looper.
Okay.
Do you also like flawed mangoes?
Yeah.
It very similar. Like you can do all that shit on just this one pedal. It has a memory card. You can like download like your own like tones and stuff onto the pedal. It's crazy. But that's what I've been playing with recently. Is that bottomless looper?
Well, what guitars are we using? This is what people want.
Oh,
They love the
totally forgot
guitar.
about that part.
I just got a Frankenstein Stratocaster or Squire Strat. I don't have it in here right now, but it's beautiful.
Okay.
I play mainly with Squire Strats because I'm poor.
Did we show? Is the Tajima in there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
here,
You
yeah.
painted that.
You go grab that one. Yeah, I use that for my most recent music videos that are also soon to be released.
And
Um, but he used Tajima Strat.
Yeah, I mean, most of my guitars are self-built, but this one is just a Brazilian Strat that I had her paint. And hold on, this is like kind of an homage to home.
that's
There's
It's a
like,
painting of our hometown.
yeah. There's this area at Grayton Beach where it looks really pretty like that. So yeah, she painted it on here, and this is like kind of my main guitar right now. It's really fun.
dude, that's sick.
I
Sorry
have a
to
pink too.
You audio only listeners, guess you're gonna have to watch the video.
Ooh, watch
Yeah.
the video.
Guess you're gonna have to watch it.
Last
You can think about it. It might be blue. It could be red. You won't know. You have to watch.
It's definitely magenta
Yeah, just like that.
or blurple.
Sparkly.
Maybe like a salmon.
Yeah, there you go. And the drawing, it's a fish.
Yeah. And then there's a boat on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
there's
go.
that boat. Yep, it's definitely a boat.
San Pedro.
Watch that video.
Oh
What
yeah,
if they're driving though?
That sucks. They gotta see it.
Drive and watch it. You know,
Yeah, right.
people
Crash into the
people
car.
people text
at
on
this
their phone
song.
while they're driving. Why can't they watch my
I'm
podcast?
saying.
They have the VR headset on while driving.
Disclaimer: don't do it. Don't do anything illegal.
Yeah. We do not condone.
Yeah, we do not condone the illegality of uh illegal things.
Yeah, let's not get Mullins sued.
Yeah,
Something
that's the last thing I need. Oh, there's a cat.
Oh, yep, that's fruit snack.
Yeah.
That is cute.
Oh, come here.
I have a nugget and a Remy.
Okay. I got a handsome man over here. I don't know where he's at. My big fat orange cat.
Oh yeah, my boys are like skinny, long orange cats. They
No,
are.
dude. Handsome man is like comically large. Like he could be a small tiger.
No,
He's
not like
huge.
that.
He's really
He's
fat.
a little chunky.
He's
That's all.
big.
He's a little chunky.
He might actually be trapped in my room. I'm gonna make sure. Oh, just kidding. He's right here.
Nice.
You like Garfield size?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
for sure. That's a good description.
Oh yeah.
All right, when he sprawls out, he does look pretty chunky.
I'm saying,
yeah.
dude.
Oh, we love cats on this podcast.
Love
We love all the animals. I swear, the last three podcasts, or out of the last four podcasts I recorded, only one didn't have any animal talk about it.
Ooh.
And all the other ones had cat ones. So
Oh, hell yeah.
it's all been cats. So I think there's a trend going on here.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Okay. So we got a few more questions. First question is new music. I mean, you already answered it, but we got to ask again. New music on the way?
Yes, I have an EP coming out. I'm about to start teasing two of the album singles, and then the EP is releasing sometime over the summer.
There we go. You guys be on the lookout for that. Look on the Instagram.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
I was supposed to come up with a name for it. I
For
forgot.
what, the EP?
For the EP.
Ah,
Figure it out.
You got this. You got this.
For sure.
And then we have to ask shows, upcoming festivals, events, anything you're doing.
Ooh. For my local people, I'll be playing in Pensacola this Saturday at the Pacific Kava Bar.
Saturday the 26th.
Saturday the 26th,
Yeah.
yes. Other than that, I'm really just doing some pop-up shows, and I think come later this year, I'll be doing another North America something. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Well, if y'all come through North Carolina, let me know. I got
That'd
Yeah,
be
that's
fun.
on the
actually
food
right
spot.
here. If we go up to Tennessee,
Yeah,
way down.
East Coast tour would be fun.
Yeah,
I
hell
got
yeah.
the hookups on the food spots all up and down the East Coast.
Oh, word, that's always needing those. All right.
We'll be there.
You can't ever get enough food spots.
Of course, of course.
Okay, we're down to our last few questions. This is probably my favorite part of the podcast.
All
Even
right.
though I say everything's my favorite part of the podcast.
Yeah.
This is my favorite podcast part that I've stolen from somebody else.
Best
Called
way.
the Dream Festival. Now, if you or anybody have ever listened to the Downbeat podcast, he used to do this thing called the Dream Festival, where he asks the guests all about you're gonna design your own dream festival. Um, the only rule is, well, there's two rules. First rule is you're playing. Second rule is if an artist is dead and you are bringing them back, you got to explain how they came back.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
I'll walk you through it. It'll be a lot of fun. So
Okay.
we got to start with where's it gonna be at?
Oof.
I would love to play at either Red Rocks or Woodstock.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't Woodstock just in like the where even was that? Like the Midwest somewhere?
Yeah, yeah.
Some
I
Yep.
think it's in
Somewhere in the
like
middle of
Nevada or
nowhere.
something.
Yeah.
Something.
um. Yeah, I feel like Red Rocks would be
I would
really.
love to play
Yeah.
at Red Rocks. One of my mutual artists just played at Red Rocks. So cool.
Okay. You gonna shout them out?
Nope. Just kidding.
I have to look because they just followed me. But it's
Okay,
an EDM group that I follow.
that's cool.
Couldn't,
I don't see a lot of EDM groups playing Red Rocks, do you?
dude, Elenium plays there all the time.
Oh, oh, I
Ex-
like Millennium.
Elenium's great. Yeah, Excision plays there pretty often. Yeah, that's like the spot for EDM.
I don't keep up with the Red Rocks. I can't very.
Dude, Red Rock's so cool. I meant to stop there on my way through Denver.
It's so pretty.
It's like a different planet. It's so
Yeah,
weird.
right?
Dude, I swear they recorded an episode of Star Trek on there or something.
Yeah.
Looks
I think
like
they did like Star Wars in near the Grand Canyon or something. So it's all like crazy.
okay. Well, where's it gonna be? You said Woodstock. That well, if I did graphics, we'd have Woodstock. I'm too lazy for that. So Wood.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, Woods. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with Red Rocks.
Okay,
Just
Red Rocks. Okay.
Red Rocks. Red Rocks.
Okay. So next up is the accommodation. Where you gonna stay? You gonna camp it out somewhere
Oh
nearby?
hell yeah, we're camping it out. I don't know about you. I'm camping it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay at a nice house.
He's gonna
Yeah.
stay in the nearest
You,
5-star
you
hotel.
Airbnb in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a camp down in the mountains.
Yeah.
Camping is I love camping.
Yeah. He said it.
Camping's all right. Maybe not the day before your
I've
big
done
gig.
real camping though.
Yeah, I have. It's fun. It's fun and all, but maybe not the day before your big gig. You show up with mosquito bites everywhere,
Oh
and
yeah.
you like no
Ooh,
sleep.
you can fucking rock it out and rehearse in the woods, dude.
Yeah, nah.
All right.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna get power from?
Bring a generator.
The trees.
The Dream
Solar.
Festival. There's power in
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, sure. I'll camp out with y'all.
Okay, the next question is what's the catering like? This is important.
Ooh.
Infinite food, good food.
Tacos.
Actually, yeah, great street
Yeah,
tacos.
really good street tacos.
Okay. Are we getting street corn
Tacos.
with that?
Say again?
Are we getting street corn with that?
Oh yeah, of course.
Did you say tacos?
Oh yeah, tacos.
And maybe like
Some street tacos would be cool too.
Yeah.
It's just tacos. It's just a taco festival featuring
maybe
Land of Valen.
enchiladas. Maybe.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
But
With some chamoy mangoes too.
and tacos.
There we go. I like it.
Uh,
Tacos, tacos, more tacos, and a few other things.
yeah.
Okay, so now we're at the festival part.
Okay.
Now we have to have some headliners. We have to know when you're playing, and we have to know some not headliners. So give me
Mhm.
like three headliners, give me like five other bands that would play, and then tell me when you're gonna play.
I don't know about headliners, but if I were to have a festival, I would include my local scene because the local scene is so fucking cool. So I'm gonna shout out some of my favorite local and smaller artists. Jessie Detour absolutely would play there. I've talked to her. She's an amazing underground female rock artist. Totally check her out. Probably Emma Harner, also one. They both go to Berkeley. Emma Harner's an amazing guitarist, songwriter. Let me think. Saint Clergy, she's a local artist. She just had a song drop. Shauna's amazing. If you like Janis Joplin, anything like that, totally your vibe. What else? What else? What do you think?
I don't know. I can think of like some headliners.
There's some headliners out.
Well,
Yeah,
so you mentioned that if it's a deceased artist, like you have to mention how you bring them
Yep,
back.
I gotta hear it. You gotta
Oh,
give
I
me
bring them
some
back.
convoluted way they
All right.
come back.
I feel like okay. I feel like you'd have to have Hendrix for
Oh,
another
yeah.
for like another Woodstock, especially with tacos. he'd be a headliner for sure because people would most definitely see like, oh, Hendrix is playing. I thought he was dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, sure, yeah, I'll go see him. I would do that if I saw. Be like, oh yeah, I was pretty sure he died. So I'd have him to get him back. I think you'd probably just have to ask. If you went, I don't know where he's buried, but I think if you asked, you would understand. Yeah, you'd play, and that would bring him back for sure. Hopefully, he wouldn't roll over enough.
Castles Made of Sand.
Yeah.
At midnight, on a full moon.
Right.
You go, ding, ding, and he goes.
and so, guys, or you could maybe make a sandcastle. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be good.
There's a lot of possibilities. I think you could play for him, and he might like it.
Yeah. Yeah, throw a little along the watchtower.
Yeah.
With the
Maybe you have to like use a pedal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying not to get too
This is some ritual here.
Yeah. Okay, so you make a sandcastle.
Okay.
Voodoo.
Yeah, you make a sandcastle on the full moon of the month at midnight. And you play Castles Made of Sand. And then but you have to be dressed in all purple, purple haze.
Oh, yeah, I do dress in all purple.
And then he comes back to life and he says, "What can I do for you, my son?"
And he says, "Let's groove."
Yeah.
Let's groove. Yeah. Sounds good. So. Let's go.
Who else?
That's a good one.
Well, we'd have to have Sublime.
Oh, of course.
Because they just played there.
How are you gonna bring Bradley back to life?
Huh? No, well, we could do it with the sun. Bradley, if bringing him back to life, I think you could just like float on a surfboard out there.
Yeah, you're right. Go out to like.
There's a steel train. Yeah. Green Day would be fun. I think they'd be really fun. I don't know who's headliner and who's not. I still think we would play second to last.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Who would headline? I think Green Day would be a good headline for our style.
Yeah.
Hendrix, us.
They gotta play old Green Day though. I can't get with new Green Day.
I
haven't really
listened to any new.
Yeah, I haven't either. So when I'm saying Green Day, I'm saying like Kerplunk or Dookie, like way old.
Yeah, they have to do their whole Dookie album.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I'll accept that.
Burning now. All right, who else?
I think that's all I can think of.
I think their last album got a 1 out of 10.
Oh yeah,
really?
Probably.
What do you even rate it on?
Just
Rotten Tomatoes.
They said it was really bad. So
that stinks, man. That's so sad. Like when you're just getting older and like having fun, and everyone's like, "Yeah, your album sucks."
Sawyer Hill, I'd have him.
Oh yeah, Sawyer
Hill would play.
Super cool.
Another artist that I'm in touch with, very very cool. Amazing show live.
Well, give me two that don't fit the bill whatsoever that are gonna play. We got to throw in two for a loop.
You
probably do like some EDM artist.
Yeah. I'd throw Keizo in there.
Okay, I dig.
And who else? We got to throw in some like Snarky Puppy or some shit.
Snarky Puppy.
Yeah, let's throw some Snarky Puppy in there.
311 should definitely be at this whole thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Not that they don't fit the bill. I'm just looping.
Yeah, 311's in there too.
They fit the bill.
I was in a jazz band that played a Thing of Gold by Snarky Puppy.
Hell yeah. I was thinking either Snarky Puppy or like Sungazer, Adam Neely's band.
Yes, Sungazer. Such a fantastic band. Adam Neely's on my list of people I want to have on the podcast.
Dude, he's one of my other like music guilty pleasures. I watch his videos religiously. I watch him in the car the whole ride out to California. Watch him to fall asleep. I love his videos.
And his videos are just so interesting. It's not like
he's very introspective. Also, I would love for him to make like a shit talking video about me, the way he did about like Leve and stuff. Yeah. I would love to get shit on by Adam Neely.
Whoa.
Right. Yeah, you whatever.
No, we knew what you meant. We knew what you meant.
Yeah, get your mind out of the gutter, boy.
No, I was agreeing with him. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, whatever. Adam Neely, fuck this guy.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up here. Of course, we have to do plugs. We have to do shout outs. We got to do plugs.
Yes.
Tacos.
Favorite taco spot.
Yeah, oh yeah, okay. Burrito de Sol fucks.
Okay.
My socials on everything are Land of Valen. Is yours still Collins Tip?
No. It never was that. Never was that and never will be.
what's your
It's just Colin Tipton, I think. Colin Tip. 2 L's.
Collins Tip?
I'll probably change it again. It's no worries.
Yeah, shout out John Joseph for helping me create this recent album.
Havelock. Wasn't that?
Buscore, what?
Wasn't it? When is it like?
Oh, Pollock.
Pollock,
I
yeah.
didn't say that on here though, because that's a slur apparently.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, John Joseph, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to shout out him. You might as well shout out everyone.
Shout out my mom.
Yeah.
Shout out my baby brother.
Free my boy.
Free my boy.
Free my boy Bo. He got grounded.
Free my boy R. Kelly.
Yeah, R. Kelly. No, don't free him. Don't free R. Kelly.
I saw a video of yesterday where he did an interview and they remixed it. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
All right, I'll have to look into that.
Part of
Hopefully
it's
like
just him
derogatory.
breathing with like a beat behind it. He's like,
That sounds about right.
It sounds like something Family Guy would do.
Yeah, right. I was thinking about the Family Guy skit, or no, you didn't even show me that. That was Zach, where a Family Guy made a remix on like R. Kelly's song. And they made a whole episode that was in the style of R. Kelly. That was good.
Yikes.
It was good.
Seth MacFarlane really likes to push those boundaries.
Dude, I fucking
Yeah,
love him.
crazy.
That's my other guilty pleasure is watching Seth MacFarlane thing.
And he does music, so he would follow.
He's
up
an
on the
incredible
podcast.
singer. Fucking Frank Sinatra's vocal coach. Oh my god.
Dude, I would love to have him on the podcast as well. I think.
Yes, dude. It would be so fun.
Then I'd ask him why new Family Guy sucks. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, I don't watch actual Family Guy. I just watch the clips because I
Oh, yeah.
fucking hate the actual show.
Also, it's slightly because your brain rot and can't like.
All right, that's the podcast.
I'm just saying.
No, I like the show. I don't watch it very often though, so he's got to hook me back in. That'll be part of his goal to hook me back in the show. Okay, so we only got one more question left. What song would you like to have of yours as the outro to the podcast?
I only have 2 to choose from. Damn it.
Well, you could do an acoustic one.
Yeah,
too.
you could do one of the acoustic versions.
Yeah, let's do a. I don't know.
I feel like
Let's do All Die Too.
yeah, I'll let two acoustic.
Acoustic, yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, thank you guys for coming on the podcast. It was a lot.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. It was fun. Good
Yeah.
questions.
Hey, you gotta have some fun questions. You gotta throw people for a loop on occasion. Actually,
yeah.
You know what? I got one more question. I got one more question. This is gonna be a good one. Okay. How long do you think you'd survive in a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, dude, I would be the one to start it. I'd be dead.
Right. What?
You're patient.
I would be the one to start. Like I would be the first zombie. I would get myself into some shit, so I'd be dead.
Okay, you're patient 0. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it 4 minutes. I think I might give. Well,
He lives in such close proximity to me.
I'd probably go to the beach.